let's talk about a massive shift that's happening right now. We're diving into how AI is completely rewriting the rules of what it means to be employable. The skills that built careers for decades, well, they're being reshuffled, and we're going to break down exactly what you need to know to come out on top in this new world. Okay, let's just start with one big number, 80%. According to some of the latest research, that is the percentage of the workforce that's going to see their job fundamentally changed by AI. And listen, this isn't some far-off prediction for the future. It is happening right now. The skills that got you to where you are today, they might not be the ones that get you to where you need to go tomorrow. And this reality is creating something we're calling the AI skills shift. But let's be really clear about this. This isn't some slow, gradual change. It's a full-on revolution in what it means to be a valuable professional. I mean, the revolution is already here. Ability to use AI has gone from being a nice little bonus on your resume to a top-tier requirement for getting hired. We're even seeing totally new jobs pop into existence, things like prompt engineer or human AI team lead. I mean, can you believe it? These are careers that literally didn't exist just a handful of years ago. It's a total reinvention of the job market. So where do you even begin? Well, we start with the first pillar of employability today, hard skills. The best way to think about these is as the new price of admission. This is the absolute baseline you need just to get in the door and compete. So what's in this new digital toolkit? We're talking about getting really good with generative AI tools. You know, things like ChatGPT, Midjourney, or Copilot. But it's not just about using the tools. It's about speaking their language. That means data literacy, understanding the basic logic of how automation works. And here's the kicker. These skills aren't just for developers anymore. They're for marketers, for managers, for artists, for pretty much everyone. And get this, how are people actually learning all this new stuff? A huge chunk, 58%, are doing it themselves, on their own time, through self-study. And that right there tells you something really important. Formal education is struggling to keep up. You can't just wait for university to offer a course anymore. You have to be proactive. Learning on your own is now the name of the game. You know, all of this brings up a really fascinating paradox. Because as AI gets better and better at handling the technical stuff, our uniquely human skills, our creativity, our judgment, our empathy, they don't fade away. Nope. They actually become our biggest selling point. They become our ultimate competitive edge. And that brings us perfectly to the second pillar of employability, soft skills, or as I like to think of it, the human edge. This is where we really stand apart from the algorithms. These are the abilities that AI just can't copy. We're seeing what some are calling a power surge in how much these skills are worth. It's not about being a know-it-all with a fixed set of facts anymore. The modern workplace wants learn-it-alls, people who can think on their feet, learn fast, and adapt. Things like emotional intelligence, being able to communicate clearly, and leading a team when things are uncertain. These are becoming the most valuable assets you can have, precisely because they're the hardest things to automate. And the numbers totally back this up. A recent survey from Deloitte found that a whopping 85% of Gen Z professionals now believe that emotional intelligence and adaptability are more important than pure technical ability. Think about that. It shows a massive shift in what the next generation of leaders actually values. Okay, so we've got the new technical baseline on one hand and the human edge on the other. But what does this actually look like in the real world? Who's pulling ahead in this race for relevance, and who's in danger of getting left behind? Well, we're seeing this really interesting and honestly kind of concerning divide opening up. You've got the digital natives, younger folks who grew up with this tech, and they're feeling pretty confident. But then you have the digital immigrants, often more experienced workers, who say they feel, well, only somewhat prepared. And that gap creates a very real risk that people could get pushed out if they don't upskill. But at the end of the day, it's not really about your age. It's all about your mindset. Just look at this story about Sophia Lee. She didn't just learn data science. She mixed it with creative design thinking. It was that unique combination that made her so incredibly valuable that she landed a role as an AI solution architect. Her story is basically the blueprint for how to succeed right now. And the cost of ignoring all of this? It's becoming crystal clear. New graduates who don't have any AI experience are now 41% less likely to get a job in their chosen field. Let me say that again, 41%. The job market could not be sending a clearer signal. Knowing your way around AI is simply not optional anymore. So all of this leads us to the most important question of all. What are we supposed to do about it? Let's break down the formula for actually future-proofing your career in the age of AI. The most critical takeaway is that our entire idea of learning has to change. First, we just have to admit that formal education is lagging behind. Second, we have to start weaving both AI skills and human skills into everything we do. But most importantly, we have to stop thinking about education as this thing you do once. It's not an event, it's a continuous journey. Being adaptable is the new currency. So let's pull it all together. Who is the most employable person in this new era? It's not a robot, and it's definitely not someone who just ignores technology. It's a hybrid. It's the person who masters AI as a tool, who is constantly learning and adapting, and who combines all that tech know-how with those irreplaceable human qualities, like flexibility, good judgment, and a creative vision. The future isn't humans versus AI. It's humans empowered with AI. And that really just leaves us with one final critical question. The ultimate advantage, the real edge, is found right where human and machine intelligence meet. So the only question left for you is, are you ready to build yours?